So Kelsey Mitchell obviously did her exit interview. Everyone's done their exit interviews with the Indiana Fever. Everyone has done them. And this exit interview has quite a few fans worried. In my opinion, I would not be worried when it comes to Kelsey Mitchell. Because if Kelsey Mitchell wants to be in Indiana, Kelsey Mitchell be in Indiana.
Adam Silver just discovered a cardinal rule the hard way. Never get in the way of Caitlin Clark's spotlight. What began as a harmless interview erupted into a PR firestorm, forcing him to retreat quicker than a referee reversing a bad call. Now, word is he's essentially pleading for Caitlin to stick around after her huge offseason deal sent shockwaves through the league. Should the WNBA be apologizing to her or thanking her? Adam Silver likely expected a nice quiet week, a few interviews, some talk about growth, and maybe a couple of fancy buzzwords before moving on. Instead, he stumbled right into the WNBA's biggest controversy of the year. And frankly, at this stage, calling it a controversy seems generous. The moment he uttered Caitlin Clark's name, things spiraled downward fast.
This is the current 2025 Indiana Fever roster. Now, do I believe their roster will remain the same for the next coming months? No. Certain players will be leaving this basketball team, but I believe some big names is going to leave this team this year, and we're going to be very surprised who leaves.
This is more than a roster shuffle. It's a total reset. For the Fever, this means the squad that was mere minutes from reaching the finals technically no longer exists. Currently, just 3 players are officially signed for the 2026 season. Everyone else remains a question mark. So let's analyze the complete situation player by player to see who could be in a Fever uniform in 2026. The first and most apparent name is Caitlin Clark. She's among those 3 with a guaranteed spot. She'll be going into the 3rd year of her rookie deal, which will pay her a salary of $85,073. Though seen as one of the best and most famous players in the league, her 2025 campaign was a difficult one. Various injuries held her to just 13 games, a massive setback for a team so reliant on her skills. In the games she played, she was brilliant, posting 16.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, and an incredible 8.8 assists per game. The Fever's front office must also decide on her future past 2026. They need to exercise her rookie contract's team option for the 2027 season. This move would secure her for 1 more year with a guaranteed salary of $97,580. Given her role as a franchise cornerstone, picking up the option is probably the simplest choice they'll make this entire offseason. The second player secured for 2026 is the team's paint anchor, Aaliyah Boston. She is another foundational piece for this roster, and the Fever have already picked up her team option for the last year of her rookie contract. Unlike Clark, Boston enjoyed a healthy, dominant 2025 season, delivering one of the finest performances of her career. She was so effective, in fact, that she presented a strong case to be named an All-WNBA player, proving her value on both offense and defense. Her season stats were impressive, as she put up 15 points, collected 8.2 rebounds, and passed out 3.7 assists per game. Her skill and consistency got her a spot as an all-star for the 3rd straight season, confirming her position as one of the league's top bigs. Her offseason is set to be just as packed as her regular season. She is scheduled to play in the new unrivaled league and will also appear before the camera as a Big Ten analyst for NBC and Peacock. For her work in 2026, she's set to earn $94,740 from the Fever on her guaranteed contract. The third and final player officially signed is Michaela Timpson. She was the team's pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, and she did what many rookies fail to do. She made the roster for the full season. Timpson's place on the team was somewhat of a roller coaster. Her playing time varied during the regular season while she adapted to the professional level, but when the playoffs started, an opportunity arose after Damiris Dantas was sidelined in concussion protocol. Timpson was asked to take on a much larger role, and she rose to the occasion. In the regular season, she posted a modest 2.6 points and 1.8 rebounds in roughly 7 minutes per contest. Like most young players, she is not taking the offseason off. She is set to play overseas in Turkey to continue developing her skills.
A lot of these women go overseas to play for more money. I believe they make more money overseas than they make over here. So I will be kind of reacting to different players going overseas that is playing for the Indiana Fever. Now, Michaela Timpson is the first one to go. Now, we do know Kelsey Mitchell actually played overseas last year, and I believe she got hurt too going over there. She hurt her finger or something.
In 2026, she is slated for the second year of her rookie deal with a salary of $53. Now we shift from the sure things to the possibilities, and here it gets tricky. After completing all 4 years of her rookie deal with the Fever, Lexi Hull enters the 2026 league year as a restricted free agent. This is a highly specific designation. Only players with precisely 4 years of service are eligible for it. For the Fever to keep her rights, they need to offer what is called a restricted qualifying offer. If they do, Hull can still talk with and get contract offers from other franchises. Yet the Fever have the final word. They hold the right of first refusal, which lets Indiana match any offer sheet she signs with another organization, forcing her to stay. This gives the home team a significant edge in any negotiation. In 2025, Hull earned $88,061 in the last year of her rookie contract. She demonstrated her worth to the team, particularly toward the end of the season. After Sophie Cunningham was injured in August, Hull was promoted to a full-time starter, playing a vital part in their playoff run, and even fighting through a back injury to remain on the floor. This year, she posted 7.2 points and 4.3 rebounds, showing she is a durable and dependable wing player. Next is the team's offensive force and a finalist for the league MVP award this year, Kelsey Mitchell. She is moving into the offseason as an unrestricted free agent, which at first glance suggests she can sign with any team she likes. But the Fever possess a strong tool they can use, the core designation, provided the rules for core players remain in the new collective bargaining agreement. The Fever can put the core tag on Mitchell. This would be the second and final time they are permitted to do so. Applying the core tag would grant Indiana exclusive negotiation rights with her. In return, they must present her with the supermax salary, the most a player can possibly earn. Mitchell was the heart and soul of the Fever this season, particularly when the team was dealing with numerous injuries. She was a reliable scoring threat all season, becoming the first player in the Fever's entire franchise history to average more than 20 points per game, ending with a stunning 20.2 average. She played the 2025 season on a core qualifying offer, which paid her that supermax salary of $200 a year. She also got a $20,000 time-off bonus from the team. Now, even if the Fever core her, it is not a 100% guarantee she will remain. It's still possible for Mitchell to demand a move if she truly desires to leave. We saw a similar scenario play out before the 2025 season, as both Alyssa Thomas and Satu Sabali were able to arrange trades after being cored by their teams. However, every indication suggests Mitchell wishes to stay in Indiana, as she's spoken very positively of head coach Stephanie White and her great experience with the team this season. The Fever's roster also had a unique story in Chloe Bibby, a 27-year-old rookie added mid-season year. She initially joined the team via a 7-day contract on July 25th. After impressing the coaching staff, the Fever signed her to a rest-of-season deal on August. She was in and out of the rotation for a month before her season ended abruptly when she hurt her knee in pre-game warm-ups on August 22nd. In early September, she was officially declared out for the season's remainder. In the 9 games she was in, she averaged 3.9 points and 1.2 rebounds. As Bibby has under 3 years of service in the league, she will be what's called a reserve free agent. This status is extremely team-friendly. The Fever can give Bibby a reserve qualifying offer, a 1-year non-guaranteed deal for the league minimum salary. If that offer is made, Bibby cannot negotiate with any other teams. She could attempt to negotiate a higher salary with the Fever, but she'll have zero leverage from other offers. One of the key veteran leaders on the team was Natasha Howard, a 12-year league veteran. She signed a 1-year maximum contract worth $214,466 for the 2025 season. She was a fixture in the starting lineup, starting in every single game for the Fever. However, her minutes often varied based on the opponent and the defensive matchups on the floor. Playing in the front court with Aaliyah Boston, she averaged 11.4 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. Her worth extended beyond the box score, as many players and coaches on the Fever have lauded her veteran presence and leadership all season. Now she is an unrestricted free agent entering the 2026 league year. Unlike with Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever are unable to use the core designation on Howard since she has used all her eligible core years in her career. This means she is totally free to sign with any team, and the Fever must compete in the open market if they hope to re-sign her. Another key player with an unknown future is Sophie Cunningham. She first came to the Fever in a trade after she had already signed a 1-year contract extension with the Phoenix Mercury for the 2025 season, a contract worth $100,000. Her first year in Indiana was unfortunately beset by injury. She had an ankle injury early in the season, and then her year was ended by a torn MCL on August 17th, which sidelined her for the rest of the season and playoffs. Despite these issues, she played in 30 games with 13 starts, averaging 8.6 points and 3.5 rebounds. Just like Howard, Cunningham is an unrestricted free agent going into 2026, allowing her the liberty to look at all of her options. The team's primary backup center, Damiris Dantas, is also at her contract's end. She was on the second year of a 2-year contract with the Fever, and her 2025 salary was $100,000. She was the main backup for Aaliyah Boston for the last 2 years, giving them valuable minutes from the bench. Sadly, her season concluded on a bad note, as she sat out the entire playoff run due to a concussion sustained on September 11th. She also missed a 6-game stretch in late June and early July when she departed the team to represent her home country of Brazil in the AmeriCup tournament. Dantas is set to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason, adding yet another name to the long list of players the Fever have to make a decision on. The injury bug that hit the Fever also affected their backcourt, creating an uncertain future for Sydney Colson. She was signed to a 1-year deal for $90,000 to be a depth player at point guard behind Caitlin Clark and to offer a veteran presence for a very young roster. She even had a brief run as a starter while Clark was out with an injury. She went back to her bench role after the team acquired Ari McDonald. In total, she participated in 30 games, starting 6, before she sustained a devastating ACL tear on August 7th. That injury ended her season immediately. In her time playing, she averaged 2.4 points and 2 assists. Colson will be an unrestricted free agent this offseason, but she also faces a long road of ACL recovery. That recovery period could possibly keep her out for most or all of the 2026 WNBA season, which will definitely complicate her free agency. Ari McDonald had one of the most convoluted paths with the Fever this season. Her journey began with a hardship contract and concluded with a rest-of-season contract. She first signed with the team on an emergency hardship deal on June 1st, while both Clark and Cunningham were out injured. However, she had to be let go after just 3 games on June 13th. This was because Clark and Cunningham both returned, and by league rules, the Fever no longer qualified for an emergency hardship waiver. But the team was impressed with what they saw, and they re-signed her to a standard rest-of-season deal on June 25th, locking in her spot for the rest of 20. Then, in another harsh twist of fate for the team, McDonald fractured a bone in her right foot on August 7th, the same day as Colson's ACL tear, which put her out for the rest of the season too. In the games she played, she was a very dynamic scorer, averaging 9.8 points over 3 straight games. McDonald is now unrestricted between the games she played. With so many injuries at the point guard spot, the Fever needed to sign a new player, which brought about the arrival of Odyssey Sim. She first signed on with the team on a hardship waiver on August 10th, entering a desperate spot with all of Indiana's top 3 point guards in trouble. She was put into the fire immediately. After a short adjustment time, she began to excel in her role. She ultimately averaged 10.4 points, 2.4 rebounds, and 3.8 assists, giving a steady hand to the team. Per her hoop stats, she earned a total of $21,860 from the Fever for her efforts. Moving forward, Sims will be an unrestricted free agent in 2026. The team wasn't finished after that. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough was the second hardship signing for the Fever, joining on August 9th. She was added to give the Fever a backup point guard and another veteran in the locker room. Since signing, she has played rotational minutes, averaging 5.1 points and 2.6 rebounds. For her efforts, Indiana paid her about $15,088 this season. Just like the other emergency additions, she's set to be an unrestricted free agent in 2026. The injury wave was not just limited to the backcourt. After Sophie Cunningham's season-ending injury, the Fever signed Aerial Powers on August 23rd to add crucial backup depth at the wing spot. She has been in the rotation since her arrival, averaging 7.4 points and 3.9 rebounds in her brief time with the team. She made $13,049 from the Fever this season, and will also go into the offseason as an unrestricted free agent. Finally, there's the strange case of Brea Hall. She was the Fever's own 20th pick in the 2025 draft, but the team waived her during training camp. She went mostly unsigned for much of the season, but did sign a hardship deal with the Golden State Valkyries right before the Fever called. Indiana then signed her to their own hardship contract on September 1st, bringing the rookie back to the team that drafted her to add depth for the final playoff run. So what does this all mean? It means the Indiana Fever, a team that was a single overtime period from competing for a WNBA title, is staring down a massive offseason. With just Clark, Boston, and Timpson signed, the front office must basically rebuild the entire supporting roster. They have a star player in Kelsey Mitchell they can probably retain with the core tag, and a key role player in Lexi Hull for whom they can match any offer. But every other player, from the veteran starters to the emergency signees who salvaged their season, is free to leave. The new collective bargaining agreement looms over each decision, possibly altering the salary cap, contract types, and team-building rules. The future of the Indiana Fever will be shaped not on the court, but in negotiation rooms. What do you think the Fever's plan should be? Who are the must-sign players, and who should they allow to explore other teams? Tell us your opinions in the comments below. If you like this detailed look into the Fever's wild offseason, do us a big favor and click that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so you won't miss our latest WNBA news and analysis. Your support allows us to make more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.